This podcast is for the soul who knows there is more, the one who's been carrying it all for far too long. If you're ready to let go of old stories, to stop replaying the past and start living from your truth, you're in the right place. This is your moment to release the noise and reconnect to what's real. Welcome to Baggage Begun, Healing Hearts and Minds. I'm Tami Mahmali. Welcome back to Baggage Begun, Healing Hearts and Minds. Before we begin, I want to say that this podcast is not only personal, it's urgent. It comes straight from my heart, my lived experience, and from my practice guiding others through releasing mental and emotional baggage, often tied to PTSD and trauma, so they can shift and live life fully. I believe this message is needed now more than ever. This past weekend, when I heard the news about the war breaking out between Israel and Iran, something old and heavy was still in my body. I didn't just feel fear, I felt that familiar doom, freeze, that old baggage from 46 years ago. The PTSD, I knew it wasn't just about the present, it was something much older. You see, I was born in Iran. My family fled during the revolution in 1979 to Israel. I was 5 years old at the time. I don't remember the details of our escape, but I remember the fear and the unknown energy of the experience, the urgency, the silence, the survivor, the chaos. My parents didn't speak about what we left behind, the grief, the belongings, the friends and family. They just wanted to protect us and keep us safe. They told us to stay quiet, to blend in. Being Jewish, Iranian, and Israeli felt dangerous. So I learned to camouflage, to hide. I buried the grief, fear, and confusion. I created a version of myself that looked like she belonged, but deep down, I was different. And often, I was frozen. For decades, I walked around with PTSD, anxiety, and emotional pain that didn't have a name. I didn't understand why I felt stuck, why I couldn't relax, why I was so often in a state of fight, flight, or freeze. I was not acknowledging that it was trauma. I did not realize it lived in my body, in my daily actions, in my energy, my rage, my impatience, my overdoing, overworking, my inability to sit still and relax. It was also in the way I reacted to life. And some of what I was feeling, I later discovered, was not even mine. It had been inherited, passed down from generations before me. This week, when I heard about the war, I changed my plans and chose to record this podcast because I know what PTSD feels like and what it feels like to be in a war zone. I wanted to contribute to anyone who is struggling right now. In fact, during one of my sessions this week, believe it or not, I froze. I started stuttering. I couldn't speak when I heard that the war had started. My body was reacting. That's what PTSD does. It shows up when we least expect it, reminding us of scars and past wounds we thought we had already healed. If you're feeling heavy, tired, anxious, reactive, or numb right now, you're not broken. You're not weak. You're human. Your nervous system is doing its job to protect you and others around you. But in this episode, I want to share ways we can begin to choose differently, so we can shift, come out of the doom of trauma, regulate and support ourselves and others, so we don't pass this trauma down to the next generation, because we can choose to stop it here. At the end of the day, even in the darkest moments in the war, we can allow ourselves to become an inspiration, a source of power in our own lives and the lives of others. Research shows that trauma doesn't just affect the mind and body of one person. It impacts entire family systems and can even influence how genes express themselves. Trauma can ripple across generations. But here's the hopeful part. When we choose differently, when we agree to be a source of inspiration and healing, our energy shifts. We allow ourselves to receive the healing that can change those old, outdated patterns. When parents take care of their emotional health, it shifts the energy of the entire family, believe it or not, even the DNA passed down to children. That's why I often say parents are like lighthouses. You shine. Your light can come, guide everyone around you. When you pause and heal the broken parts, even in just 5 seconds, you become a steady light, a safe harbor. You change the atmosphere of your home. It can become a safe room. You bring in the awareness that there is hope, that change is possible, and that there is power, even in the hardest moments, even in chaos and war. In the midst of the overwhelm and war, remember there is God, whatever higher power you believe in. And there is choice. We can choose how we feel and respond moment by moment. Let's remember, we have power over our choices. We are the masters of our lives. Even when the world feels chaotic and uncertain, even in the midst of the war, yes, we are part of history. And yes, we face difficult realities. But this is life, not a Disney movie, not a fantasy where everything is perfect and easy and smooth. Shift and change are messy, but they are real and they are possible. It was possible for me, for others, and it is possible for you. You have the choice to choose differently every given moment. Remind yourself, you are the lighthouse. You came into this world to share your light, your gifts, your contributions, and it passes to others through your energy, your kind words, your smile, your hug, and even your silent prayers. Let's start with the first thing. We have a choice. We can choose to accept our situation and our emotions, no matter how difficult they are. The sadness, the fears, grief, hurt, rage, and know that they are not signs of weakness. So there is no need to resist them, because what we resist, we get more of. That's not just me saying it. It's Newton's third law. What you resist persists. All emotions are part of being human. When we push them down, when we suppress them, when we check out by overworking, drinking, smoking, overeating, or endlessly scrolling the phone to numb out, we bury those feelings that are trying to tell us something. But what gets buried doesn't disappear. It shows up as illness, pain, disconnection, trauma. So instead of resisting, try this. Accept your feelings as they come. Be the observer. That's how we begin to shift and allow healing. You can pause, breathe into the emotion, wait before distracting yourself. Speak it out loud. You can go to God and ask boldly for what you need. I often cry out and ask for whatever I desire, even if it's protection. Cry if you need to. When you are afraid, when you are worried about others, your children, your family, when you're in a safe room, in the bathroom, in the car, or lying down on the floor and you're bleeding, let your body shake. It is okay to be you. And if you need to yell, just do it. I often scream and yell out loud. It's really embarrassing. I still do it. I say, God, Abba, I demand your guidance. I demand your protection. And here's a powerful prayer you can use for protection. בשם אדוני אלוהי ישראל, מימיני מיכאל, משמאלי גבריאל, מלפני אוריאל, מאחורי רפאל, ועל ראשי שכינת האל. And in English, in the name of God of Israel, at my right Michael, at my left Gabriel, in the front is Malach Uriel, behind is Raphael, and above my head, the Shekhinah, divine guidance and protection. You can imagine Magen David, and then somehow something softens. A relief comes. We often forget to rely on God and trust the Creator, who most of the time has better plans for us, even when we cannot see it yet. And I will add, when we stop hiding and resisting these emotions, when we honor them as messengers, we begin to rebirth ourselves. We come back into our truth, into our power. No more hiding, no more numbing. The moment we stop running from ourselves, our truth, no emotion, no person, and no war can have power over us, because we remember that we are part of God. We are part of creation. We are power. We are the creators of our shift, our lives. Second, you may not get it, and I don't really expect you to understand right now. Just hear me out. Some of the emotions you are feeling may not even be yours. This is something I point out in my Baggage Began method. Because we carry emotional patterns and pain that were passed down to us energetically through generations and even lifetimes ago. Some of this negativity, I don't know if you feel it sometimes, like heavy grief, fear, anxiousness, trauma, sadness, or helplessness, has been inherited, passed down from our mothers, dads, grandparents, and generations before. The first time I heard that, it was powerful for me because from the time I was very young, I felt that my baggage was too heavy for a little girl. Here's the powerful truth. You can send back to the source what does not belong to you. And I'm talking about those yucky feelings that sit on you without understanding what fell on me. You know, anxiousness, sadness. Here's a simple practice you can try. You can close your eyes and you can put your hand on your heart and your belly and take a deep breath. And you can ask your body, my beautiful body, is this emotion, whatever it is, just listen to your body. Is this mine? If it says yes, you're gonna feel it. Don't overthink, just listen to it. Yes, it's yes. You can gently say, I see you, the emotion, I honor you, and I send you back with love. I return you to the sender, to the source. You don't need to know who is it. You no longer need it. Take a deep breath, breathe and smile. Open to the endless possibilities the universe will bring to you. Your body may respond with tears, yawns, warmth, or a sense of peace, relief. That's the shift. That's the change. No matter how small, say thank you, thank you. Because letting go of baggage is freeing and powerful. Let it go. Third, for the parents and caregivers, let's talk about the younger generations, our children, because the truth is children don't need us to be perfect. They need us to be present. They want us to be real. They don't need to never cry. They want to see how we communicate our needs, how we are authentic, and how we respond to the world around us and inside us, how we relate, react, and repair after pain. They don't need us to perform and hide our struggles. They want to know that it's safe to exist and feel. So your nervous system becomes the blueprint for safety. So if you're feeling anxious, but you take a moment to pause, put yourself together, breathe, and say, you know what? I'm feeling nervous right now, and I'm doing my best to calm my body. Your child learns that emotions are okay. You become their teacher, their leader, their guide. You're showing them that sadness, fear, hurt, and anger are not things that you need to be ashamed of. You show them how to be with their emotions, masters and leaders, instead of running from your emotions, so they know how to be in their power, in their body. Remember, this is our next generation. Guide them to be the masters of themselves. Try saying, you know what? I feel scared too right now. There is a war and I'm here with you. We will go through this together. We are exactly where we need to be right now. Let's make the best out of it. You can try a 1-minute hug with your child. It can change the world. One smile from you can lighten someone's moment. Don't forget it. You are power. You are a gift. You are the master of your emotions. This is how emotional safety is created. Not by pretending, not by reacting to be fine, but by modeling what regulation and honesty look like. Believe me, this will allow your children to feel seen, heard, and loved. And it will allow you to witness the powerful lighthouse that you are. Fourth, you can create small grounding rituals. Even if you're in the safe room or just watching the news, in the car, not to escape the world, but to return to your body. This allows your nervous system to experience harmony and calm and to tell your nervous system, we are okay right now. It is not a state of disaster, even if it's a war, even through it, you may feel like it is, even if you feel like it is. A few things I do to ground myself, because I tend to exit my body every time I smell danger, especially since I have lived through too many wars and I have PTSD. Walking barefoot, taking off your shoes and feeling the ground, hugging your kid or someone in the room or a pet for a minute, splashing cold water on your face and your body, or just breathing in and out. These tiny acts send a powerful signal to your nervous system and to your body. They guide you to come home to yourself. Come back, because our nervous system doesn't know the difference between I feel fear, danger, or excitement. So you can choose to tell your nervous system that you're excited and engaged in small acts like singing, dancing, jumping, even if in a safe room. Things that bring joy and let you become a safe person for others, especially to young kids that are observing you. You can be the inspiration so they can model you. What do you want them to remember? After all, you're part of history in the midst of the world. Fifth, don't wait. Please don't wait years like I did to start being your power, to fully be you, to speak your truth, to ask for help, to start feeling. The sooner you begin, the more gently you will shift, change, and heal. And the less baggage you and your children will have to carry. Generational trauma ends with people who are willing to feel it in order to heal it. To pause, to choose to say, it didn't start with me, but it ends with me. Also, research shows that when parents begin healing themselves and taking better care of their emotional and spiritual well-being, knowing they are the lighthouse in their families, it changes the energy of the household. It even shifts the DNA around them. If you as a leader or parent can bring awareness that there is hope, that there is God, that there is power in whatever is going on right now, and that we can choose differently in every given moment, it transforms everything. It shows our surroundings and our family that we are not powerless. We are the masters of our lives. We have agency, even in the face of war. We are part of history, and unfortunately, we have to go through hard times. But this is life, not Disneyland or the movies where everything is perfect and easy. Life is real, and so is our capacity to grow. I know this time in the world is painful, it's confusing, it's scary, but you are not alone and you are not powerless. You can alchemize this pain into wisdom. You can show others, your children, your family, your friends, that we are allowed to feel and still be strong, that healing is messy, but it's possible, that it didn't start with us, but it can end with us. I want to thank you for listening to me today. And I send you the Magen David of light and protection. If this episode touched something inside you, please share it with someone who may need to see and hear this message. Healing begins with one brave choice at a time. And your choice to listen, feel, and grow today is powerful. Until next time, I'm sending you strength, love, and a big hug. May we create a world where our children no longer carry our baggage, only light and love.
If you're curious and want to dive deeper, you are in the right space. I ask you to look within for all the things that you want to do, be, and have. Join me at the Baggage Begun Healing Hearts and Minds podcast with new episodes every Wednesday as we discover the path towards healing and transformation.